Yeah. Think about getting married, I get cold feet. Thinking about the days I was 4 deep. How I'm supposed to see myself down on one knee? Unless they say I don't make it, boy, it's a bet to me. These niggas wanna scope me, it ain't easy. They know I keep the pop, they know I'm squeezing. DA tryna lock me up, the real Revis. I'm nodding off the lean, but I ain't sleeping. I miss my nigga Spice, I'm still.
Yo. It's DC, man, on behalf of the Chalk Talk podcast. And today we got another story time, man. So today we're going to be talking about the first time I got kicked off the team. And I know what y'all thinking, like, man, why would he talk about that? Or, like, first off, let me say, it's not to glorify or, say it like it's just cool or, whatever the case is, man. But this, like I said, this my platform and it's my truth. And this, anything I'm talking about here is it's a factual situation or something that happened, So, yeah, man. So today we're going to talk about that. The first time I got kicked off the team. So it was my freshman year, my redshirt year. It was 2017. And it was during bowl week. So if y'all don't know what bowl week is, man, that's when we about to get ready to go to our bowl game and play like our last game. So I remember like it was yesterday. We was playing against Oregon. And the week of, it was a situation that had happened. And this female, we was friends at the time. She had told one of the coaches on the staff, like, oh, one of you guys players, she said my name too. I remember vividly, she had pointed me out and she was like, yeah, one of you guys players named, Damon Cole urinated on my car and threw some Taco Bell it was crazy. Like, she was like, he threw food at my car, urinated on my car, and this, and that. So I remember one of my teammates, he had told me, like, yeah, I was just at old girl house with her friends. We used to have friends that played sports and stuff like that. And so he was, I guess, kicking it with them, and my name had came up. And so I remember he had told me like what was going on, but I didn't think nothing of it because I'm like, that ain't, I don't got nothing to do with that. So I remember he was telling me like that's what's being talked about. Look into it, like basically giving me a heads up, like, yeah, bro. So if you hear that tomorrow or somebody tell you that, like a coach or something, just know I try to tell you. So I brush it off like, man, right. So I remember we had this dude. He wasn't a coach. He was like I think they called it like the head of operations. So that's like a dude who, you know, uh, put stuff together for the team and stuff like that, the coaches, the staff, whatever. So his name was Taylor Tharp. I'll never forget. And I remember he had told me after practice the next day, like Monday, he was like, hey, we need to he was like when we finish practice and meetings, I want you to come in my office and talk to me. But the way he was saying it sounded serious. Like, hey, we need to talk. We need to have a conversation. And I was like, all right, I'm like, and I remember I went to the office and he was just trying to hey, Yeah, it's something going around. A female had came in here and she told us this, and that. Um, and he didn't even give like he didn't even hear my side or let me tell him nothing. He just was his mind was already made up. Like, hey, you know, the young lady came in and she said this, and yeah, he was like, as of right now, you're suspended from the bowl game. Uh, and if we find out this is true, you're kicked off the team. So I'm like, I'm trying to tell him, like, man, I ain't had nothing to do with that. Like, I wasn't there. I don't know what that lady talking about, what's going on. Mind y'all, the same dude that was telling me, like, hey, this was going on, you know, if y'all could put two and two together. So I'm like, damn, just sitting there confused, like, I'm like, man, I don't got nothing to do with this. So mind y'all, the dude that's telling me what's going on, that's like my everyday man. It's like that's somebody I'm with every day, all day, kicking it. So when I'm telling him what happened, I'm like, yeah, man, they saying this, and that. I'm suspended. And if they figure out what's going on, I'm suspended from the ball game. I mean, I'm kicked off the team. And he just got this look on his face as I'm telling him this whole, this situation was going on. He just sitting there looking like, man. So, fast forward, he like, he telling me basically like, hey, bro, we need to talk. I'm like, all right, I'm like, what's up? So he basically ended up telling me like, man, that's, the person that they saying did that. I did that. And then I was like, damn, I was just looking like, and it's messed up because I couldn't say nothing because if I said something, I'd be telling on him. But at the same time, it's like, dang, bro, like you see me going through all this and you ain't gonna say nothing. But even that, if he was to say something, then he would be throwing himself under the bus. So I'm like, man. So yeah, I had meetings with the head coach, meetings with the dude, and I remember they was just like, yeah, you kicked off. And I was like, man, I just couldn't believe it. I'm just like, for something I ain't do, and I was I was confused, but I was also angry too, because I'm like, damn, like I'm basically being punished for something I ain't do, and it's just like my boy, he's sitting right here, he know what's going on, and he just sitting there like, man, like, he ain't saying nothing.
Watch your homie, watch your homie, oh, watch your homie, nigga, watch your homie, nigga, watch your homie, nigga.
And I was like, wow. So shout out Rachel Banks, man. My girl Rachel, she was my bro. Like she was hella cool. Shout out Rachel. I ain't gotta give no explanation or nothing, but yeah, I remember she was like, yeah, I was telling her what happened. She was just like, yeah, I heard about that, and I know the truth about it. She was like, just tell your coach to email me and I can explain to him, like, I'm not going to say exactly what happened, but I can for sure tell him that you weren't there and you had nothing to do with it. And I'm like, it's good, like, So I remember she had ended up reaching out to my coach and letting him know, like, oh, Damon didn't have anything to do with anything. Like, that's a big misunderstanding. This, and that. So once she had, basically, I ain't even gonna sit up here in front. Rachel damn near was the reason I was brought back. And mind you, it's 2 times this happened. The same exact thing with the same exact person. So I remember they brought me back to the team. And Like, bro, they didn't even give me no not to say it like that, but like they ain't tell me, they didn't apologize for me being like falsely accused. It was just like I was suspended and then they kicked me off. So I didn't really, for like a couple of days until the bowl game, I didn't hear nothing. So I'm thinking like, damn, I just got kicked off the team. How do I explain this? Like how do I tell my mom and dad I got kicked off? And I remember the head coach, Coach Harsin, shout out Harsin. Harsin had texted me. He was like, you need to be here tomorrow by this time with your bags packed to come to the bowl game. And in my head, I'm like, damn, I thought I was kicked off. Like I called people back home to make plans to do stuff. And now it's like, damn, now I got to go way out here to Vegas. Vegas cool, but at the time I was young, I was like, man, I'm trying to go home. And yeah, I was just like, damn, telling me, they don't, they ain't gonna apologize for nothing. Like, I just went through so much for this little couple days, like 3-4 days. I had to write appeal letters. Like, it was all a whole bunch of stuff. Like, and when I got there, I remember I came in the locker room and Tharp seen me. He tried to shake my hand. Like, he was like, hey, make sure when we come out here to Vegas, man, we're on our best behavior. We don't need anything going on. I know what happened. And I'm just sitting there listening to him talk, and I'm just like, bro, you don't have nothing else to say besides that. Like, you don't have to tell me sorry, nothing. You just explaining to me what's supposed to go on to playing in Vegas. And you just like basically just forget everything that y'all put me through these past couple of days. And I'm supposed to just, be like, oh yeah, for sure. I was hella mad. And that's why when he got fired or whatever happened, I was the first one celebrating.
Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
So, yeah, man, that's another story, man. Another story time. Chalk Talk Podcast, DC. And make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. And if you do got any requests, let me know in the inbox, man. Text me private. Any memories y'all got with me, any stories that y'all want me to tell specifically, man, make sure y'all let me know. And yeah, we gonna log off with that one.
Show 'em everything 'cause you don't care. Must be a supermodel, you're everywhere. Them your friends that they call you very rare.
Playboy, just get on out there. Show her everything 'cause you don't care. Must be a superstar, you're everywhere. Superfly standing out, you're very